Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sabah al-Khair. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to another class for English 102, New Language Leader. And the unit is called The Night. And this lesson is called Sleep Tight. Now, just a recap of what we have covered so far. So by the end of the lesson, students will have found out about the nature of sleep, and we've seen that we have two types of sleep. We have REM, standing for rapid eye movement, and we have SWS, which stands for slow wave sleep. And we said that, dreaming happens during rapid eye movement. The 20% of our sleep, you can see that the eye moves very quickly during this time because you are dreaming. So we've found out interesting information regarding sleep. And now this is maybe a question for you that you might want to investigate at your leisure time. Now, I have a couple of questions for you regarding sleep. So for example, we said that, sleep is a must. Even animals, they need to sleep. However, there are some animals that do not sleep. So maybe you can use the internet to find out the animals that do not sleep. There are some animals that do not sleep. So maybe you can find more information about this. So bear this in mind when we finish the lesson today. Maybe you can investigate this question. The animals that do not sleep. We have some animals that do not sleep. So that was the first objective. Now for the second objective, we read for just and specific information. We have finished this as well. There we had matching paragraphs with headings. We've done that. And we had WH questions regarding the reading. For the third objective that we're going to achieve, inshallah, this morning, we're going to practice some verb patterns, all right? Just a reminder, we will be using this application called Quizzes. So you might need to prepare your mobile phone for this activity later, inshallah. So make sure that you have your mobile phone near you so that you can take pictures and maybe then participate in the quizzes competition. All right. So we have this section called verb patterns. In English, verbs have different patterns. Some are followed by infinitive. Now, infinitive means that the verb is the verb is used as it is. You don't add anything to it. You don't add s, you don't add ed, you don't add ing. You put the verb as it is. And it is preceded by to, and it's called the to infinitive. We have an example. I want to travel to England. So we have the verb want is always followed by to. Now the verb that comes after to is the infinitive form. The infinitive form means that you put the verb as it is. You don't add anything to it. You don't add ing, you don't add s, you don't add ed. You put the verb as it is. So this is the first pattern, which is called the infinitive form. All right. Now the second form, or the second pattern, the second pattern is prepositions. Prepositions are words like in, on, at, from, between. All right. So these are called prepositions. An example, I am interested in traveling. I'm interested in traveling. So we have in, this is a preposition, and the verb that comes after the preposition should be in the form of ing. It should have ing after the preposition. So I am interested in traveling. So you have preposition in, and then you have travel. You have to put or add ing to the verb. This is a must. You have to. All right. The second form is gerund. So we've got some verbs that are followed by gerund. Now, gerund in English means that you add ing to the verb. Now, any verb that is followed by ing makes it a noun. When you want to make a noun out of a verb, you add ing. In Arabic, it's called ism fa'il. All right. Now, I like traveling. So we have the verb like. It should be followed by a verb. The verb should be in the gerund form. All right. So we've got travel. You add ing to the verb. All right. Now we've got some practice. Put the verbs in the correct category. We have the verb plus infinitive with to. We have verb plus ing. We have verb plus preposition plus ing. So sometimes you have a verb like, for example. Like, for example, I like drawing. So like is always followed by a verb plus ing. However, sometimes we have some verbs that have prepositions. They are followed by prepositions. And in English, it's a rule. After prepositions, you always put the verb in the ing form. Whenever you have a preposition and then it is followed by a verb, the verb should always be in the ing form. Always. This is a rule in English. So I want you in 5 minutes to put the verbs in the correct category. All right, time's up. I'm going to show you the answers. So check your answers. And I would like to thank Ali Mukhtar Mansour, Turki Abdullah Dawadi, Faris Tariq for participating actively in the chat box. All right. So let's have a look at the answers. So we've got the decide to. So you always say decide to. So we have the infinitive to is followed by the base form of the verb. All right. So you put the verb as it is. So for example, you say, we decided to go home. We decided to eat. We decided to sleep. So as you can see, or as you can hear me, I am putting the verb in the base form. All right. I'm not adding ing. I'm not adding s. I'm not adding ed. I want to study, for example. So want to, help to. All right. So these verbs have the infinitive form after them. All right. Now we've got verbs that are followed by ing. I mean, the verb that comes after them is always in the gerund form. It's always in the ing form. So for example, I enjoy listening to Quran, for example. Do you remember, for example, seeing him, for example? So remember is the verb, and then you have see, which is the verb that comes after remember, and it is always in the ing form. All right. Okay. Now we've got like. I like running. I like swimming. So you can see that the verb that comes after this verb is in the ing form. All right. The third category, we've got the verb plus preposition plus ing. So these verbs, the difference with these verbs is that they have a preposition that comes after them. All right. So for example, we have succeed is always followed by in. It's very similar in Arabic. Now in Arabic you say نجح في. دائما الفعل نجح يتبع ب في. نجح في مثلا أن نجح في فتح الباب مثلا. All right. So he succeeded in opening the door. So you've got succeed, which is the verb, and it is followed by in. After the preposition, you've got a verb in the gerund form. All right. We've got apologize. Apologize for example, I apologize for example, coming late. Apologize for coming late. So you've got come. This is the verb. And you've got to have the ing form with come. So I apologize for coming late. I apologize for hurting your feelings. I apologize for breaking the window, for example, accidentally. All right. Okay. And then we have the third verb, which is think about. We've got think about. So I'm thinking about buying a new mobile phone, for example. I'm thinking about changing my lifestyle, for example. So you've got the verb change or buy. You have to have the ing form with the verb. So I'm thinking about buying. I'm thinking about changing. I'm thinking about living. All right. So after the preposition, you've got to have the verb in the ing form. Now, this is a challenge question. Maybe you can do it later, not now, later. I want you to find out the answer after the lesson. So we've got all these categories, but however, in English, there are some verbs that are followed by either a gerund or infinitive to. In this slide, there is one verb that can be followed by the gerund form, and it can be followed by the infinitive to, with a difference in meaning. Let me repeat this. There is one verb here in this slide, one verb only. There is a verb in this slide that can be followed by a gerund, which means the ing form, and it can be followed by the infinitive to, with a difference in meaning. So after the lesson, please, maybe you can look up this information and find out the answer. All right. So this is a challenge question. Inshallah, you can do it after the lesson. All right. All right. Practice 2. I'll give you 5 minutes as well for this activity. Choose the correct answer. All right. For this activity, I need you to choose the correct answer. So, for example, you can write on a piece of paper, for example, number 1, the answer is, for example, reading. The answer is read, for example. So you choose one of the 2 forms. You've got, for example, number 1, you've got reading and read. Number 2, you've got to sleep, and the other option is sleeping. So you've got to choose only one pattern for the verb. I'll give you 5 minutes for this activity. All right, welcome back. So let me show you the answers, and you can check your answers. So we've got number 1, I'm interested in. So we've got in, which is a preposition. So after a preposition, you always add ing to the verb. All right. We have decided, of course, decide is always followed by infinitive too. So we have decided to sleep early. Number 3, many students suffer from staying up late. Now we've got suffer from. From is a preposition. After a preposition, you always add ing to the verb. I really enjoy. Enjoy is always followed by gerund. I enjoy listening. I enjoy drawing. I enjoy running to the Noble Quran. I apologize. So the preposition that comes after apologize is for, not on. So you say, I apologize for breaking your window. I apologize for coming late. So it's always for. I want to. Want is a verb that is followed by the infinitive to. You need to keep. Keep is always followed by the ing form. So you need to keep training to have a strong body. My father has managed. Manage is a verb that is always followed by the infinitive to. I hope to get a full mark in English this semester. So hope is always is a verb that is always followed by the infinitive to. I started. Now, the last one, it can have both. It can have both. It can have both. All right. Now be careful about the last one. As you can see, you have two lines for the two answers. It is okay. It is possible. It is correct to say I started to sleep and I started sleeping with no difference in meaning. So start is a verb that can be followed by both the gerund and the infinitive. All right. So bear this in mind. Bear this in mind that start, the same as begin, you can follow it by the infinitive to, or you can follow it by the gerund. And then early, after. After is a preposition. After is a preposition. So you need to follow it with the gerund for. All right. Okay. Now we're going to play a game. So please ready your mobile phones. All right. Get your mobile phones and start joining the game. So you go to joinmyquiz.com and you enter the join code. All right. I'll give you 5 minutes to enter the code and get in the game. Yeah, that would be nice. We have a total of 15 questions regarding the verb pattern that we have just studied. We want to have as many students as possible. The good thing about quizzes is that when you answer correctly, you will have bonuses, like, for example, deleting some answers maybe, or doubling your score. So try to have a streak to get as many points as possible. So the last time we played quizzes, we had, in the first place, we have Aboud, Yusuf Faisal in the second place, Ali Hamadi in the third place, Muawad in the fourth place, Ahmed Abdullah in the fifth place, Abdul Rahman Isa in the sixth place, Muhammad Radi in the sixth place, Taha Fadil in the seventh place, Fahad Muhammad Majid in the 8th place, Ahmed Nasser in the 9th place, and Muhammad Al-Wadai, I think. Muhammad Al-Wadai. Yeah, he came in the 10th place. All right, so hopefully we will have new winners this time. All right, I'm going to start in 2 minutes time. 2 minutes time, and we're going to start regardless of the number of students we have. Right, we are starting in 1 minute time. In 1 minute time. All right, we are starting now. So get ready, and this is your chance for fame and glory. 1, 2, and go. The game is working. Please wait while I try to reconnect. If you see this more than 10 seconds, click here to refresh. You got disconnected. النت فيه مشكلة لو أسوي ديسمس. اوكي شغال الجيم مساعد. اوكي انا احط All right, students. Looks like there is a problem, a technical problem with the screen that I have. It doesn't show the updated. Yeah, you have the updated updated winners or the updated. Yeah, Yusuf Muhammad is in the first place in my screen. Mm. Yeah. So we have the 5 winners. Yeah, I think I'm getting the the screen back. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully you've finished the 15 questions. So we have the top 5 winners. The top 5 winners. We have Hussein Mahmoud. Hussein Mahmoud. We have Yusuf Muhammad Yusuf. We have Yusuf Faisal Ahmed. We have Turkey, and we have Ahmed. Okay, let me just go through the questions very quickly. I think some students are still working. Yeah, they haven't finished. They are still working. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you like 2 minutes more, and then I'm going to show the answers because we are running out of time. Sound is on. Okay. I need to go through the questions very quickly because we are running out of time. So let's go over the questions. So I enjoy, of course, it should be I enjoy reading, the ing form. We decided to play football instead of basketball. So to play, second choice. I don't remember seeing him before, the last choice. I apologize for coming late, the first choice, because you've got preposition for. Many students suffer from staying up late. So you've got the last one, staying up. You've got from, which is a preposition. So it should be followed by the gerund form. You have to focus on. So you've got on, which is a preposition. So you've got on improving, ing form. We started decorating. We started decorating. Of course, it can be followed by the infinitive too. But the problem here with the second choice is that you've got ing, decorating, to decorating. So this is wrong. So the only possible answer is decorating, the first option. I like running early in the morning, second option. The teacher allows the students to answer through the chat box. So second option, infinitive too. I apologize for coming late. I think this is repeated, I think. This is a repeated question. I'm thinking about joining a sport club. So the last option, joining, ing form. Getting enough sleep will help you to have a healthy life. So the first option. You seem to, so seem is followed by infinitive too. So you seem to have a cold. Are you okay? So it should be infinitive too. 14, I love talking to my friends. So love is followed by gerund, which is ing form. Talking, so I love talking to my friends. And finally, my father managed to open this, the second option. My father managed to open the door. This is the end for today's lesson. I just would like to remind you to do the form that you will have in the chat box, and please do the questionnaire as well. I would like to extend my thanks to all those who participated actively in the chat box, in the game. It was very interesting, and inshallah, tomorrow inshallah we're going to have the writing section, so please be prepared for that as well. So